Well, if you like those jokes, you're going to love the jokes from our next comedian. Start putting your hands together for Miss Ana Draa!
How y'all doing tonight? Hey Nelson, I want to thank you so much for trusting me with this mic and inviting me up here. You know, us moms, we already screwed up Facebook, and now we're going to be here screwing up open mics for you guys. Okay, I have a theory. That the best parts of life are in the messy parts, right? Nobody cares what you had for lunch, your Instagram, all that. I want to know the parts that went wrong, because that's where the funny stuff is. Kind of like kicking iced tea in that. I love that story. So I have been married for 31 years now.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. It's an endurance contest. I'm pretty sure I'm winning. We just celebrated. We have 2 adult sons. Technically, in the eyes of the law in the state of Illinois, they tell us they're adults. What that means is I'm in an all-male household. I am surrounded by nothing but swinging dicks. Like, literally. I gotta watch out wherever I'm walking around. What that also means is that I have seen Talladega Nights, The Legend of Ricky Bobby, about 5,000 times. And I think I like it. Like, it's grown on me, like all that shake and bake mess. Yeah. Oh, sorry about that, guys. I forgot to make my phone last, kind of like my husband. Give me a second here. So, when I started doing comedy, I bounced our baby off to college, and I'm like, what do I want to do? After 24 years of parenting, I'm like, I want to try comedy. Let's do that. That'll be fun. Started doing stand-up. I went to my guy and I said, okay, we all know the family stories. You got to tell me, is anything off limits? And my older son, who's just a sweet guy, he goes, Mom, you could never embarrass me. I went, you're so nice. Challenge accepted. Let's see if we can make this happen. And I'm proud to say I have embarrassed him. Like, yeah, I got one call. I'm like, Mom, don't tell the condom story. I'm like, it's one of my better ones, Frank, and I got to tell it. Sorry. So that kid went to Mardi Gras, right? You know, he's a man. You go, sow your seeds, have a good time. But it's in Galveston, not New Orleans. So like Mardi Gras light, right? And we're real close. He comes home, he's standing there, and he's like, he's alive and had a good time. I'm like, well, how was it? And with a big grin on his face, he goes, I may or may not have gotten an ass tattoo. And I went, well, show it to me. What'd you get? And it's like right here, like right at the top here. He's got a Halo helmet. Anybody play video games? Know what that is? Okay. So him and his high school bud, you know, I'm pretty sure they were not sober when this happened. Like, oh, bros forever. And he goes, what do you think? I'm like, I think that's going to hurt a lot when they take it off later. Like, I'm not quite sure what you were thinking when you did that. So anyway, but you know, he likes it, and that's really all that matters. So anyway, so here's my question for you guys. Who's here is ready for Valentine's Day? Because it's coming.
Yeah.
Yeah. Forget the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl of love is coming. I hope you guys haven't put that. This guy looks nervous over here. He's like, shit. No, move on. Next topic. Don't talk about that. So my husband's a little older than me. I was 21. I was like a brainstem. I was an idiot when we met. And he was already graduated law school, like Mr. Professional, off doing his thing. And he called me up, and he'd taken the bar exam, right? And he calls me, he goes, babe, I passed the bar. Let's go out tonight. And this is not an exaggeration. I thought, I pass bars every single day. I thought about going, let's celebrate, because we did that. And so I said, I'm kind of tired. Can we go another night? And miraculously, he did call again. So fast forward, we've been dating about 3.5 years, and you know, things weren't moving quite as fast as I wanted. I'm like, you know, so what are we thinking? We gonna get married here or not? Whatever. And he's like, don't pressure me. Well, what I forgot to mention is at the time I had him pinned, literally, not a euphemism. I had him pinned on the ground. Like, I'm 24 years old now. My looks are going to go one day. What do you think? And he's like, well, that is an attractive offer. Can I think about it? 6 weeks later, we were squirrel hunting in the San Angelino National Forest. Is that not the most redneck thing you've ever heard? And again, it's the truth. And he basically proposed in my truck, and I made him repeat it to my face. And we took our dog, who was on a rope. I'm not exaggerating, because we forgot the leash and go to the best jewelry store. He bought me a ring. Boom. We were married 6 weeks later. I was not kidding around. And when we called his parents to tell them we were getting engaged, his father, without missing a beat, goes, "How far along is she?" Oh. Yeah, he didn't know I was on the other extension. And so, it happens. Again, messy parts, that's the funny stuff. All right, guys, so on the theme of that, my husband travels a lot. And he was in some other country, and we had been having some disagreement about something, and I had it. Super nice guy, but he had worn my last nerve. And we had to have a fight. And I wanted to do it on the phone, we did a text fight. And then I sent him a text. I'm like, "Fuck you. I can't believe you didn't do this. You made me mad. I'm not sure why I married you. And by the way, I faked it the last 3 times. Napalmed him." And I'm like, "What's he gonna come back with, right? What do you got?" I get my answer. "Hi, Mrs. Dre. I don't think that text was meant for me. And is Rankin coming for his guitar lesson on Thursday?" Yeah, I said that to my kid's guitar teacher. And he ended it with, "And good luck to Mr. Dre." I'm like, "Well, you just took all the piss and vinegar out of my fight, so I got nothing left." So, all right, I'm gonna give you guys one more story from my crazy family.
Give us more.
I got more. I got more. You asked for it, I got it, Nelson. So, do I have any college football fans in here? What team? Okay. Whoop, 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 whoop. Even us people from Illinois know that. Actually, clearly I'm not from Illinois, so can I be forgiven for living in Illinois? So I am a Longhorn. Hook 'em. There we go. Nelson and I, we got that. I'm a second generation Longhorn, married to a Seminole. Yeah, love conquers all. Our son, so he went to Georgia Law School. His daddy's a Gator. Football season is complicated. They kept trying to send me stuff to put on this baby. I dressed him every day. I got to decide. He wore nothing but Longhorn stuff. Then, about his junior year, he came home one day and he goes, "Mama, what do you think of the University of Alabama?" I had an easy answer. I looked him straight in the eye and said, "Not much." "What are you talking about?" Long story short, he talked me into it, and he goes, "Mom, open up your mind, open up your heart. They got a great engineering program, and I'm pretty sure I can go for free." And I went, "Roll Tide, what? What?" And that is how we found ourselves in Tuscaloosa, Alabama, right in the Target for every last thing that kid needed. 11 hours from home, he had no car. Now let me pause here and tell you my son has a unique medical condition. Not terribly unique, but he's allergic to latex, right? Oh. Yeah, you think, I bet you know where I'm going here. So when he got, look that way, baby. No, I'm just kidding. So when he became the age, my husband and I are polar opposites. He is thoughtful and quiet and operates at about 10 miles an hour. And I often speak before I think, and I'm going at about 150 miles an hour. Speak before I think, yeah. And but where we are lockstep is we're very practical parents. And when he got to be high school age, I told my husband, I said, "All right, I need to go buy some of those condoms that are made of, lamb guts that have been sung to sleep by some German au pair and cost $1 million. And you need to have the talk with our son, because he didn't want to have it with Mama. He needs to have it with you." And he goes, I got it. So I gave him to him, and then kind of forgot about it. And several months later, I went, "Hey, I never heard a post-op report from you on this. How'd that go?" And he goes, "Well, I lost that box." I'm like, "Seriously, dude?" I said, "You know what? He has all these briefcases." I'm like, "You're going to be on some business trip in China or Russia or wherever. You're going to open that up, and all your little work people are going to see that in your briefcase and go, 'Oh, player came to play. Look at that.'" And I'm like, "Vincent." So fast forward, we're in Tuscaloosa, and we're getting everything. Those of you who've launched a kid to college, you know what it's like. Like, you're getting the laundry soap and cold medication. And my husband goes, "I will get condoms." And I went, he's 19 years old. He's already joined a fraternity. And he's a college man. What's the hurry, dear? And he's like, okay, I deserve that. So he went off and got them. And mind you, our car is strategically in the middle of the Target. We're running everywhere, including his little brother, him. Everybody's going. My husband comes back like he has just got the prize, right? And he walks up with this little dainty 6-pack, like a trial pack. which I thought was a very disappointing commentary on our son's mating potential. And I'm like, Vincent, we live states away. Go get an economy size, maybe 2. I don't want to become a grandmother anytime soon. And so he does, and we're running around, come back, and my husband is standing in the middle of the store. This is no exaggeration. And he's like a robot, and he's blinking his eyes, like he's short-circuited. And I'm like, what's wrong with you? And he goes, well, I did what you asked me to, because that's real important. I followed the instructions. And I got him, and I put him in the cart. Only that cart is now gone. And I went, So our son walks up and goes, what's wrong with Dad? And I said, well, your father got you apparently a semester's worth of condoms and put them in somebody else's cart. Rankin bust out laughing. He's got this 1,000-watt grin, and they think it's the funniest thing ever. And I went, pause, boys, let me tell you something. We're in Tuscaloosa, Alabama, also known as the buckle of the Bible Belt, right? Some poor homeschool girl who had begged her parents for the last decade to go to public school is up at the register right now being called a whore because those condoms are in her car, and I guarantee you that's what's happening. She's going to be drugged home. She ain't going to see the light of day for the next 30 years, so I'm not thinking that's terribly funny. So anyway. So, all right, guys, I thank you so much for sharing this time with me. And guys, about that Valentine's, don't screw it up like I did my text. Now, y'all got to prep. It's coming. There's nothing you can do about it. Thank you guys so much for sharing this time with me.
Give it up for